In my previous videos, I spent a lot of time discussing a lot of the issues that I had with Canada that made me leave, but in this video, I'm going to be discussing some of the experiences that I had as a young Canadian that made living in Canada slightly more tolerable. Number one experience on this list is the Canadian Conservation Corps. I participated in the Canadian Conservation Corps back in the summer of 2021. They accept applications from Canadians aged 18 to 30. There are no educational requirements. You don't have to have any outdoors experience, and it's free. Any expenses are covered to allow you to participate in the program. The program is divided into 3 separate stages. In stage 1, you spend 10 days at a hotel getting to know the other members of your cohort and gaining certifications like Wilderness First Aid, Wild Education, and a Class 1 hiking and paddling field leader certification. You also spend 14 days on an expedition, either backpacking, canoeing, or kayaking through the Canadian wilderness. I stayed at Pinestone Resort for 7 days in Haliburton, Ontario, before I went on my 14-day whitewater canoeing expedition in Temagami, Ontario. Following that, I spent 3 more days at the hotel before going home to prepare for my stage 2 placement. In stage 2, you work with a nonprofit conservation organization unpaid for 3 months. Your placement could be anywhere in Canada. For my stage 2 placement, I volunteered with the Nature Conservancy of Canada from August to October 2021 in the Central Ontario West region, where I alternated between assisting 2 different biologists, helping them with invasive species control, trail maintenance, and assisting with hosting volunteer events. In stage 3, you're expected to contribute 120 hours implementing a service project to address a conservation issue in your community. I still haven't completed this stage yet. Overall, the program was fun. It provides you with a lot of certifications, and it gives you 3 months of experience working with a nonprofit organization doing work in conservation, making it easier for you to break into the conservation field if that's really what you want to do with your life. The Canadian Wildlife Federation, which is the organization that runs the Canadian Conservation Corps program, also offers different programs like the Canadian Conservation Corps Flex program to provide Canadians aged 18 to 30 in certain communities across Canada with the opportunity to participate in outdoor activities and local conservation-based community service projects alongside like-minded individuals without the time commitments of the regular Conservation Corps program. Coming in at number 2 on this list is the Explore program. The Explore program allows you to spend 5 weeks in the spring or summer studying and practicing French at one of many post-secondary institutions across Canada. In order to apply for the program, you need to be a Canadian citizen or permanent resident of a certain age, and you need to have been a part-time or full-time student for at least 1 term during the current school year. The program is free, so the cost of lodging, food, and tuition are all covered. I participated in this program in the spring of 2018, where I spent 5 weeks at the Université de Québec at Trois-Rivières. I lived in student housing while I was there. During the weekdays, you would attend class, and then you would attend workshops later in the day called ateliers. On the weekends, they would host mandatory activities and excursions that you had to participate in. Even though you're expected to speak French at all times, most people don't, and it's really up to you to push yourself to learn the language. Overall, I didn't really feel like my French improved all that drastically, and that was partly my fault because I didn't immerse myself as much as I should have, but the experience was decently enjoyable. The Council of Ministers of Education of Canada, who oversee the Explore program, also offered the Odyssey program, which provides Canadian students with some post-secondary education to be able to work as language assistants in different communities across the country. I'm not familiar with this program, but I just wanted to be able to name drop it. Clocking in at number 3 is the JET program along with working holiday visa. The Japan Exchange and Teaching Program offers university graduates opportunities to work at schools in Japan as assistant language teachers for 1 year. You get a salary, free round-trip tickets to Japan, accommodation assistance benefits, and insurance amongst other things. But the main benefit is that you get to leave Canada and live abroad for 1 year. Besides the JET program, young adults in Canada can also take advantage of working holiday visas to travel to other countries. Canada actually has a bilateral youth mobility agreement agreement with 35 countries, which means 18 to 35-year-olds from Canada can easily apply for visas to be able to live, travel, and work in any of those 35 countries for 1 year. This is a great opportunity for young adults who are sick of Canada and want to try their hand at living elsewhere. So I haven't personally participated in the JET program or applied for a visa under the Youth Mobility Scheme, but I have visited Japan before and I really enjoyed my experience. I like to describe Japan as being different from Canada, but in a good way, since there's great public transit infrastructure and the Japanese are very community oriented. As someone who has been traveling outside of Canada for the past 6 months, I believe that experiencing new cultures and ways of life has made me more open-minded. Since I see the value of travel, I put the JET program and working holiday visas at number 3 on this list. The number 4 experience on this list is Katimavik. The Katimavik National Program is open to all youth aged 17 to 25 and provides them with the chance to spend 5.5 months living in different communities across Canada with 10 other participants while volunteering, participating in team building activities, learning about truth and reconciliation, and more. No previous work experience or studies is required, and it is a free program, so the costs of meals, transportation, lodging, and activities are covered. I haven't personally participated in Katimavik, but I've heard good things from alumni. Katimavik also offers the FuturePerfect program, which offers 18 to 30-year-old Canadian citizens or permanent residents the opportunity to move to a new city and work a paid full-time job in the tourism industry for 10 to 12 weeks. Rent, utilities, home phone, and internet access are all covered. The 5th and final experience I'm going to be discussing is the Ocean Bridge and Ocean Pathways program. The Ocean Bridge program recruits 120 Canadians and permanent residents aged 19 to 30 to spend 128 hours volunteering and contributing to the improvement of ocean and waterway health. During the program, you'll go on an 8-day remote learning journey as well as a 3-day urban learning journey. The cost of these trips are covered. You're expected to contribute a minimum of 120 service hours towards either developing your own community service projects or contributing to existing initiatives. The Ocean Pathways program, which was previously known as Direct Action, provides 30 Canadians aged 19 to 30 with service learning placements with government, not-for-profit, and grassroots organizations for 3 months. Participants will have the chance to work alongside experts in the marine conservation field to support their aquatic conservation projects. All of the participants' costs are covered. I participated in Ocean Bridge back in 2020. For my remote learning journey, I spent 10 days in the Bruce Peninsula in Ontario, and the urban learning journey was 5 days, but took place virtually. Although you don't technically require any experience with conservation to be able to join the Ocean Bridge Classic program, I felt like the support they provided was lacking. Throughout my entire time in the program, I felt like the staff made little to no attempts to either connect me with experts in the field or provide guidance to help me develop my own community service projects. In my experience, staff expected me to have a community service project idea right when I joined the program. In my experience, the Ocean Bridge program left a lot to be desired, but it made number 5 on this list because of the Ocean Pathways program. I definitely recommend the Ocean Pathways program over Ocean Bridge because you get all the benefits of networking with experts in the field without the obligation of having to volunteer 120 hours. I made this video because I wanted young Canadians to know that it is possible to have good experiences as a broke and unskilled 20-year-old. You just need to know where to look for. There were many other programs catered to young Canadians that didn't make my list, but I wanted to name drop them so that you'd at least be aware of them.